Shadow on the track. Let's get it. I'm a rock star type nigga, fucks bad bitches. See me in the drop cause I stay.
Welcome back, y'all. It's your boys here. I should have zoomed in before. Don't do so. So your boys here at Mass Media.
What's good, y'all? I said, what's good, y'all?
It's a brand new day. Ho, ho, ho. Okay.
I like that music, man. I can't do it in front.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because you already know, man. I got my drink in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like it's smooth suave here with the boys.
Yeah, drink champs.
yo,
AKA the lame champs. Champs.
Fair use. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode with your boys here at Moss Media. This is your boy Q Fusion and my co-host
Double A have. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We still got goals to make. If you ain't smashed the like button yet, you ain't smashed the subscribe button yet, what is you waiting for?
I see you. It's no, you watching right now. You. No. You in the back. Yeah, you. You are a ninja watcher. You come on our channel. You see the gems that we drop, and you don't drop a goddamn like. It's free. A subscribe is free. Look,
free
if you like seeing two handsome young men pause, talk about everything under the sun, giving you the lessons from above.
Yes.
Stole that.
Yes.
Saint the sinner. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see the goodness that drops from our lips, no homo. Wow. Shit.
Wow. Yo, hold on. My nigga, pause. Wow. That's 2 strikes, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're not going to make it through this episode.
Yeah, you're right. But all right, that's enough. Let's bring it back into focus today. Thank you guys. Like my co-host said, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is going to be a fun-filled episode for you today. Today we are doing one on Fresh and Fit. There was a topic that was going through on Facebook that I posted earlier today with regards to unconditional love. Okay. And I was in my feelings, and I'm thinking to myself, does unconditional love exist?
And movies.
Yeah. And then all I just remembered was that, we live in the real world, and that shit does not, right? So what I wanted to do is have a quick discussion, take a look at some reactions that we got from some of the ladies on the Fresh and Fit panel when this topic was brought up. And I wanted me and my co-host to just kind of run through some of their argument points or some of their points of emphasis that they bring up during the course of the conversation and see whether or not we either agree or disagree with some of their notions. But without further ado, before I get started, I want to give my co-host the opportunity to give me his thoughts. What do you think, man? Do you think unconditional love exists?
Well, I mean, the straight up answer, yes, of course.
And sorry, no, I apologize. This is where we're gonna get the whataboutisms. Does unconditional love within the confines of a relationship exist?
And the way the modern day dating constructs, pardon me,
Mm-hmm.
is set up, no. It's very rare. Very rare. Like, damn near, I'm just gonna say it ain't gonna happen, nigga. Where you're gonna find, I don't want to spoil the message. Because I never seen this video, so let's play this.
Okay.
See what they got to say, and then I'm sure, I can get down into it, and then I'm sure, maybe they might say something that's gonna compel me to reevaluate my stance.
Right, I highly doubt it. But I haven't seen this episode in a while, so you and me both are going to be seeing some beautiful content. And I also agree. I don't think unconditional love within the confines of a relationship exists. But let's carry on.
Unconditional love, yes or no?
I got it.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Make it big, no homo.
Okay,
Yeah.
going back to my life
Ooh.
experience.
Gay.
Going back to my life
Yo.
experience, there was a guy who was a loser. He was sloppy. He was dirty. He was broke. He loved me, and he was like, "Why the hell can't you love me back?" I was like,
Because you're broke.
because all of these features you have, all the characteristics, like, what do you expect? And I have my friend who is all successful. He showed me he can be all that. He has a lot of potential, and of course, I would love him too.
Hold on.
Okay.
Wait a
So
second.
you agree with the
Wait.
video?
Yeah.
What she said feet. She sounds like she's not like a native English speaker, and I'm not here trying to like.
Yeah, no, she's not.
Yeah.
I think I remember loosely from this episode.
Yeah, I'm not trying to begrudge that. Maybe
Yeah.
she might have used the word or misused the word features because she said, "Oh, you have these features," but like because she's broken, that's not a feature. You know, that's like a state of being, basically. Like I'm broke right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, if you're perpetually broke, then you're just a bum ass nigga. But like, you know, what happens in the situations that she's saying is that you know what, in a couple of years, that dude's successful, and then she's knocking on that door, trying to slide into those DMs, and we see it happen all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It happens all the time. So I don't know again if she misused the word features because it's not a feature. You know, a feature is like, hey, like you know, you have a unibrow, you have a gap.
Yeah,
and like I just think your eyes are too far apart. When I look at you, I just feel like I'm talking to the dude in the movie Ice Age. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Hey, yo.
No, but that's I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I wish I knew. I wish I really knew what she actually meant.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I don't with that particular part, I'm sure she was referencing the latter of what you were saying. And so, but not as to say like that is a physical, you know,
feature,
like a physical attribute, you know, on you, right?
Yeah.
But okay, yeah.
I can go with him too myself.
Okay. Miss Japan, what about you?
Miss Japan,
I don't think it exists.
Hold on, pause. First of all, I'm gonna keep it straight buck right now. Miss Japan,
I'm so dead.
She look good. Yeah. But then again, that's like comparatively speaking, because she's surrounded by a whole bunch of fucking butterfaces. You know what I'm saying? And a transgender anorexic on the end over there. I see you. You know what I'm saying? None against you. You know what I'm saying? But I can identify you for what you are. I respect you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Or to you. But Miss Japan, you know what I'm saying? Miss Japan. Well, no, it's real. Miss Japan is like, you know, like a 6, you know what I'm saying? Like a 5, 6. But sitting next to these people had me thinking that I'm like, oh wait. Nah. Yeah. Because the Chubb Master 3000 next to her. Look how she holding that damn mic post. 2 hands. That's what she
Yo, what are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? This guy is crazy.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna continue the video. This guy is wild, yo.
Conditional love?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't think it exists?
Yeah.
Okay. Why not?
I don't know. I'm just always thinking of today's society. Like nobody.
How you answer the first question? No. The second question, I don't know.
I just don't. I digress.
Just say you don't
really truly loves each other.
Okay.
So,
damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like kind of temporary.
Just for the audience, the first one said no. The second one said no. Right.
Correct. Yes.
All right.
The other one gave like an example of the one on the left gave an example of why.
I know, or whatever, some guy. Yeah.
Yes, correct. The person who should not be named was the imaginary friend of hers.
Who do you think who's the bigger perpetrator of love being non-conditional, women or men? Real quick. Who's the bigger culprit of it being being conditional?
Conditional? I love women, but I feel like they're more of the culprit.
Okay. Fair enough.
Another bisexual in the house.
Hold on.
Yeah, she was a menace. This one was a menace. I remember this episode. Yeah, she was a menace.
She's an agent of chaos, is what she is.
Yeah. She was a pure menace. She was the queen of whataboutism, if I remember that episode.
But before you continue, I just want to point this out to the brothers out there. Obviously, this channel is for everybody. You know, but whenever I'm speaking, you know, y'all know who I'm speaking to.
Correct.
So you notice how the Miss Japan, she said, if I had to say, I love women, but
Oof.
I would say it's women.
Good catch.
And that's probably based off a cultural thing. Because in Japan, they have a strong culture that over here would be called a toxic masculinity, patriarchal, freaking maniacal, and all this nonsense. But no, that woman or girl, whatever you want to call her, she knows that she knows right. She knows if my fucking father watches me on this shit, saying some nonsense, you know what I'm saying? Like I can't bring disgrace to the family name. So no, I know women play games. That's what women do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to cast women as perpetual villains, but it's just the nature, and it's just I accept it for what it is. It's like a child. A child is going to do dumbass shit. Women are going to do some crazy ass shit. And, stir up a lot of confusion. Like this woman, like, oh, another bisexual over here. Bitch, what the fuck does that mean in 2022? Bitch, you are 10 years late. If you're not trying to hear what the fuck you have to say. Another bisexual. Like, shut the fuck up. All that sounds like to me is you want attention.
Oh yeah, okay? Yeah. She was thirsty for it. She was thirsty for it. Great catch. And even and this is something you notice too, like with these girls or with anybody that you have a conversation with. It's like nowadays you can't even say the truth without having to make these like qualifiers. Oh, yeah, I don't want to offend, the ladies out there, the ladies here, but it's I'm gonna say it's the ladies, like no, like they do this like, and this is why I like the Fresh because like you literally watch in 1080p the nonsense that the gymnastics they call it, that these girls will go through just to make sure they don't offend somebody, when most likely these girls, a lot of them can't even fight, and they're sitting here going like they'll be like, oh hey, one of the oh shit,
there's 3.
One of the exercises they'll say like, oh give me one negative thing about say one negative thing about somebody on the panel, like as far as what they could improve on. Bro, if you saw the amount of I can't do that. I can't no, I don't even I don't know, maybe your eyelash. I mean, maybe, you have beautiful eyebrows, but if maybe with your eyelash, bro, they would go through it was so uncomfortable that it was just like watching like paint dry. Like it was so
but that's the thing though. Who in their right mind, male or female, believes that shit? Because I can guarantee you one thing: if Fresh and Fit or whatever platform they're on in that scenario, and they're like, all right, ladies, we're gonna do a quick take 5. We're gonna come back, and they go to their little bathroom and powder their nose and fucking a lot of them doing this and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. They out there, smoking all them cigarettes, polluting the shit out their goddamn bodies. They in that bathroom like, why is she wearing that? Like, you know what I'm saying? All that, got all the critique, all of that. I'm the best looking one here, and then all her goonies is like, yeah, you definitely Cassandra.
Like, yeah, girl,
whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But as you said, when they ask that question, they're like, oh well, yeah. But again, who believes that?
Bro, it was rough, man. It was rough. It was fucking rough.
So ultimately, the question is why. Ultimately, the question is, like, why do they put up that front? Why do they perpetuate the notion that they're like oh, there's nothing wrong, when we all know that they can find something wrong. As men, I'm asking the question to men: why do you think that is, fellas? Because women play games.
And also, just to add, I think it's something that's broken down constantly, is that like a lot of women, right? And this is not all, but most are literally, are scared of confrontation, right? And they may act like, being the loudest one in the room makes them seem as though they're not scared, but for the most part, most of y'all can't fight. So, what you're going to do is because you're not used to, like, for instance, with men, right? Like, if I go into a room and I see some, if I want to call out some shit, right? If I want to say this dude's a fucking, F word, and the dude is 6'5", 300 pounds, I'm gonna be like, well, I have to be prepared because that dude probably will swing on me, right? He's probably gonna have some words for me. He's probably gonna want to take action. When it comes to women, though, they live in this world of like no consequence. So it's like I just need to, while I still live in this world, I still want to make sure that I'm bubbly and can operate from a sense of Switzerland where it's like, nobody gets hurt here, nobody gets hurt there, But when they talk to men, though, you see like because they know in the back of their brains that for the most part men were raised not to engage physically. This is why you see the 5'3" girl talking to the dude that's 6'10" like he's 5'3". Bro, the shit is crazy. It's craziness out here, man. It's crazy. And I know somebody in this gonna be like, I know somebody in this chat's gonna already bring out who does this in which cultures, quote unquote cultures, right? Which is why a lot of men are flocking away from these cultures. African American, but you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, this is part of the mental gymnastics that women will put you through if you allow them to. Right, so you just have to be careful, and you have to watch. And this is why we do this, guys. We watch this content not because we want to, shame anybody, but we do it because we want to highlight for you men that if you don't play your cards right, you're going to get duped by a woman with probably lower IQ than you, and she's going to be reflected as such. Right, you idolize that, and that's just one last thing. This idealization, right? Because these girls will all. Well, I don't know about these ones, but maybe some of the girls on the outside of the panel. I want you guys to stop looking at yourselves as beneath a lot of these types of people, because I'm telling you guys, I don't care if they're a 10, I don't care if they're a 15, quote unquote. They are all the hardware is the same.
Oh yeah.
The software might be different, but the hardware is all the same, man. You don't stop being scared to talk to these girls, because I'm telling you, you're going to be whatever is going to trump anything they could possibly bring to the table from a majority speaking perspective when it comes to girls that have that pretty privilege, man. It's just insane to me, and this show highlights that on night by night basis.
Okay. Here we go. What about you, Miss DR? What are your thoughts? Because you said for true love, it's unconditional. Do you still agree with that after seeing the video? Or
yeah, a few comments.
Okay.
So I've met plenty of women that have dated like broke ass, ugly ass dudes. So how do you explain that? Like,
are they with them now?
Low self
Yes.
self-esteem.
That's cap. You're lying. This is what we're talking about. Women don't. The only women that date broke, ugly dudes are women with no options.
That's not true.
Hold on.
That's not true. And look, a disclaimer for all of y'all that don't know, I am not a fan of Fresh and Fit. I do not like the channel, mainly because I do not like Myron. Because that dude, in my opinion, like I was talking about one of my homies last night, I've done a lot of fuckboy shit. I didn't write the playing book. I didn't write the number one player of the year book, but I wrote a couple volumes in that motherfucker. Yo. I'm saying, so all the games, man, I've been doing that shit since school, bro. Since kindergarten on up, I've been doing all of it.
Yo.
So first and foremost, no, bro, that's not true. Because a girl would be with a ugly ass nigga or whatever the fuck you want.
That was Myron, by the way, too. Just so you know.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm dead. that was the guest. That was the guest.
But I'm sure Myron probably agrees with that shit. So probably, somewhere in the back of his mind, he's like, I wish I would have said that. This is my show. I can't bring him back no more.
I cannot, man. You're the worst. You're the worst. But to my
point. No, the answer is no, because first of all, they don't care about that. They care about the money. So he could be the ugliest nigga around, but if he got money, he gonna be one of the baddest bitches. Explain me that.
See, not okay. That's fair. I do think that. I don't.
Flav had a show where bitches was trying to be with him, nigga.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not
he
saying
ugly.
That,
he ugly, my nigga.
Yeah. No. But the thing is like, but let's be real, right?
He
We're
ugly as
talking
hell.
about but let's be real. They did not. Okay. So if there's love, all right. Would you agree that in order for you to get the most out of your woman, she has to love, admire, and respect you to be able to maximize her potential? Would you say that she needs to adhere to those three things in order for your relationship to operate at its best form? Whether you're broke or whether you're rich.
Love, admire, and respect me.
Yes.
I don't honestly, man. I know the answer that I have is I need time to actually think about that.
Okay.
Because all right, for instance, love. You know, I'm married.
Mm-hmm.
So as a married man, as a husband,
mm-hmm.
I would expect my wife to love me.
Yeah.
And if not, then we're gonna start the divorce proceeding. But
absolutely.
Now you said love, admire, and
respect.
So yeah, well, I honestly the respect part has to come first.
Yes.
And because without respect,
I would argue that she can't love you without respect.
Exactly. So respect's coming first. So for sure that, and then the admire part. Yeah, I think that also stems from the seed of like respect. Because if someone respects you, they're gonna potentially admire you and what you do and what you stand for. So women should admire their significant other, the man, mainly because of what he offers her in regards to like his intellect and what he can teach her. Because at the end of the day, the men are supposed to be teachers. So yeah, I'd say I'd agree, but I'm not saying you put that in the specific order.
No, I was just throwing those three. Like, obviously, I'm with you. Respect. I don't think a woman can get to love and admire without first having that innate respect for her man. So no, I didn't put it in any specific order. It was just those three things.
Actually, I agree, but I would say not just respect for her man. I mean, respect for men. Period. Like, if you don't have respect for men, you wind up like Brittany Griner.
No, but I think that goes without saying. I think that you can't get that. You can't get to respecting your man innately without having some backdrop of maybe having a good father figure in your life.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, Mike. I agree with you where you're going, but a lot of these chicks out here won't admit that they don't respect men.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, a lot of them don't respect men or have respect for men, but they're the ones trying to be in relationships and then crying out toxic masculinity.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that at all. I'm just simply stating that is something. Well, those three things. This is going into what I was going to say, is because that's a lot of what is preached, at least on Myron's side, and also with the Donovan Sharp, who's the guest.
Who's Donovan Sharp?
That is the guest. That's the guy. You'll see him with the bald head and the
where's he? Who's he from? I mean,
So he essentially was some backdrop. Donovan Sharp is in that manosphere space. He was the one that don't do that. He was the one that Myron actually I would say that he brought Myron on essentially, so that way he could and then Myron sort of caught his own wings and flew, so to speak, with the fresh and fit stuff. So so the whole point I'm making is that when he says that the only people that are going to be with broke, ugly dudes are women with no options, again, he didn't say it, but this, I believe, runs into that parallel of, in order for a woman to really love, admire, and respect that person, that's the only way that's going to come into play. So yes, a broke,
I don't agree with that.
Can get love, admire, and respect from a woman with no options.
No, I don't.
Actually, even then, I don't even think that she can get the.
Dude, I firmly disagree with that.
I don't. Well, because so you're telling me that the women that dated Flavor Flav had all three accomplished by way of being with him.
Well, obviously, that's a super hyperbolic situation, because it was fabricated.
I'm just saying anybody that dates. I'm saying anybody that dates.
Yeah. So again, back to the point that was made or put out there. Look, women And I'm shocked that you're saying this and that dude's saying it, especially since you told me that he's part of the manosphere. They're always talking about how women have more options. So you can't sit here and say that they have way more options, but then their only option is an ugly dude, and it's not tied to money. No, they have more options. What are you
equating? No, but what are you equating to a woman? Because yes, I would agree with you that yes, on average, women have more options, but you can't sit here and say that all women have more options than men.
Broadly speaking, they do. Broadly speaking,
right. If we're talking about average women and above,
yeah, exactly. But
okay,
that's my point. So
he didn't say that nines are going to be settling with.
He did. First of all, you're going to say he didn't say it. Well, I can say what he did not say either, right? So we're not going to get into that semantics game. I'm just going off what was said. What was said was that if a woman is with an ugly guy, that's because that's her only option or whatever, and that's just not the case. Because if she's with an ugly guy, most women that's going to be with ugly dudes,
yes,
is because he got money. It's always going to come back to the money and what the fuck they can provide. Yeah. Period. So a woman will make a calculated decision to be with that person. Now, like you were trying to say before, or what you think he was saying was, he means like, love, admire, and respect. No, a woman doesn't have
about being with them. That's I mean, we're talking about two different things then. Because if you're just simply talking about being with the person and getting resources from a person, extracting resources from a person, of course,
well, you know what,
girl's going to do that then.
Well, look. Unlike whoever that dude is on that goddamn podcast in this fresh and fit panel discussion, I operate in the real world, so I don't care about. First of all, people don't come and say, "Hey, I'm actually going to love, respect, and admire you." So that's not how it happens.
Obviously not.
Men, aka these dudes out here, need to be able to see what's actually going on because they're never going to be told up front. So if he wants to sit there and say, "Oh, well, the love, respect, and admire," you're not going to know that unless you got your eyes open and your ears open. You know what I'm saying? You're actually paying attention. So basically, you could have a chick that's with you just for your money and what you can offer her, and most of them, 90% of women, are going to be with a dude that can support her. And all of that financially. So again, but my dude, but we're not talking about how they look, whether he's attractive or not. We're just talking about the financial. So for
we're
him,
talking past each other at the end of the day. That's where
his statement was. They're not going to be with an ugly dude. Because she was like, this chick is with an ugly dude or whatever. She said an ugly nigga or some shit like that. And then he was like, I don't believe that. That's cap. There's no way a woman is going to be with an ugly dude. That's what he said.
Let's go back to the quote.
Women don't. The only women that date broke, ugly dudes are women with no options.
Stop.
Broke, ugly dudes. Broke, ugly dudes. So what are we talking about here? Okay. We're talking about rich dudes.
Okay, well, no, I wasn't necessarily talking about rich dudes, but okay, broke, ugly dudes.
Yeah,
and again, I would have to disagree with that. I've seen. Wait, Mike, you've seen it.
That date broke, ugly dudes, long term.
Okay, long term. Like we're gonna put.
Because if we're talking about casually dating a broke dude because he gives good dick, I mean we have to get to a point where I'm not like if we're talking about the confines of a relationship. They even said it, and they even gave the buffer that most of these girls that they even asked for how long.
Let me ask you a question. It doesn't matter. Want to know why?
It does matter.
No, here's the trump card.
There's no substance.
Here is the trump card, Mike. Why? Look. I cut myself. That's why I keep looking down. It doesn't matter because she could have been with him for a week, a day, a month, a year. Yeah. If she had a baby by him, it's going to change the whole script. You're not going to care whether she was with him for 5 years, 4 years, a day, or a week, or a month. So no, it doesn't matter. So if she was with a broke, ugly dude and had a baby by a broke, ugly dude, you're gonna gauge her like you got a baby by a broke, ugly dude.
Yeah, but that's not the argument that they're making.
The argument is that he said a woman won't do that. I'm telling you right now, I could go through.
Yeah. Do they fall? Nobody's okay. Because I think we're like grossly talking past each other. The reality is that you're bringing up absolutely exists. No one here, and I would even say that a lot of the times that these guys cascade a lot of these single mothers that come on the panel because they talk about how their baby daddies ain't shit, they're and all this other shit. The guy's broke, and they simply give them the question, well, who picked them? Okay, so no, I don't think anyone here in this isn't what you're bringing. The nuance that you're bringing from that, those points that you're bringing to the table are absolutely warranted. No one, you're not going to get an argument for me because that happens. What I am saying, right, is that a woman with options, and what they're simply just reinforcing for her to understand is that because she's trying to make it seem like women are going to flock, or that is something that's just going around all the time willingly. Like people are just like, oh yeah, I want to have a baby with a broke, ugly dude and just have my future just going like that's just what women are innately, attracted to. Because she's trying to use it as a, one of those things where it's like, okay, well, the majority of women would prefer not to go down that path. But she's trying to say, oh, well, I know plenty of couples where they're dating broke, ugly dudes and they're perfectly happy. That's the argument she's trying to make. And I would argue that woman isn't perfect. And that's why they're saying cap, because that woman is probably not happy. She's probably waiting for this man to get his shit together. And they argue every single day because he's not on his shit.
Yeah, but they say misery loves company. So again, happiness is subjective. So I get what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. But I think that this conversation is far too nuanced for blanket statements such as one that was stated. Because again, I could point out to you beautiful ass girls literally in the hood.
Yeah,
but from where they're at, from their perch in Miami, where they have all these girls coming in. And now they're used to that. And Myron probably never been where the fuck I've been. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where you can see dimes that ass with fucking bozos. Niggas broke as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Got no job. Haven't had a job in years. Got 2-3 kids with that nigga. So like,
trust me, they come on the panel, man.
And again,
we see all of them, man.
So it's all subjective. So again, I don't agree with a blanket statement like that.
But when people make statements that when she's just saying for her to make an argument, right, for the sake of making an argument, when she says like, oh, and they're all happy, you're like you said, happiness is subjective. Yeah. So how would she know that they're happy? But she's sitting there saying, yeah, they're happy.
Listen, if I'm having a conversation with anyone and they're gonna try to tell me or speak on behalf of a lot of many people and tell me that they're all happy, okay, I already understand how serious I should take you.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we're not in an impasse.
We can just segue right back. I don't have to rebut with, oh, that's not true. That's cap. There's no way a woman is saying like that.
So now you're getting into semantics again. So
no. He got into semantics, and that's why I'm saying you cannot make that blanket statement.
It's a show.
I get what.
It's a show. This is for entertainment purposes. It's for entertainment purposes, man. Dude. What you gonna do? You're just gonna be like, okay, like no. You're gonna have the guy that's gonna spice up the show and just say it's a show. It's a show. Look. Don't let your biases about what you think about the show cloud the fact that you see that this is YouTube. This isn't some forum with educated, esteemed individuals on the panel having a qualified discussion about anything.
Okay. What I'll say is this.
Just let's let the conversation happen like we're at a barbecue at your house.
Okay, no.
There's some nonsensical people talking crap.
I get it, and I don't want to hold up the video, but I'll just end with this for this part.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. This is for entertainment. That's maybe their shtick. But that is not my shtick. So when stuff like that happens, I have to address it. I like first and foremost, even to go back and forth with a chick, it's not really something I'm really interested in doing, unless she's my wife or my mother. So anything,
and they advocate the same shit. It's just they do it for the show.
Yeah, but who are they doing it for?
Because again, it's a show.
But who are they doing it for?
We do this show
we do this show for men or males or boys, whatever you want to call them. So they should be able to watch this and then take something that they can implement in their lives. Him saying that craziness is just not true, because again, those same people that I'm talking about living in the places that I've lived and going where I've gone. I'm like, well, first of all, that's not true, because first of all, I'm that nigga. I don't got a job, and I got 3 different baby mamas. I got 9 kids, and they're saying all of them are some damn dimes. So like, at least like what's the word? What's the word? Not consistent, but be objective.
And just so I'm. What do you think the balance of probabilities is that happens?
Just a little bit, because there's a spike in my ear. What probabilities of what happening?
The balance of probability that a dime is that a broke, ugly dude is going to have 3 or a dime, maybe even 1 dime.
Time.
He's gonna.
It happens.
Saying it's time. Okay, if you believe that, then okay.
It's not that I believe it. That's something that I know, that I've seen with my own eyes, bro.
I mean,
my own eyes, man. Open your eyes.
That's subjective. What are you talking about? Just because
no, it's not subjective. It's not subjective. No, it's anecdotal. If anything, because I'm talking about from my own perspective. It's not subjective. It's anecdotal.
I don't know how many, because I don't know. You could tell me 1 person, 2 people, 5 people. Like I don't. At the end of the day, what does that do for? That's cool and all.
Overall, on a national, global, not global, on a national perspective, my small anecdotal experiences, like they're nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're nothing.
Sure.
But this YouTube show is between Big Mike, Q Fusion Reacts, and AA Hev. So with that being the case, I'm going to offer my perspective. And from my perspective, I know a crap ton, and not even just black, who of chicks that have had babies with broke ass niggas. And when I say niggas, I'm not even just making them black. Again, not even just black, but broke ass, dusty ass niggas.
Yeah, all around.
And so then why are you just acting like?
Because it's not. I'm not going to sit here and what's the word? And not extrapolate my experiences of seeing that in my town, in my field of vision, and say that is the majority of our society. I'm not going to do that.
I didn't say it was a majority.
But that's why I asked you, do you think that's on a balance of probabilities? Do you think that is happening more times other than not, where a broke, ugly dude is trapping a dime?
More times than not, no, but it's happening way more than obviously you'd like to give credit for it.
It's not about giving credit. It's about, I just don't think that if you're trying to, because now,
well, hey, do me a favor. Look at the whole Kevin Samuels, all of his videos. He got all these dimes on there. He's like,
they were not dimes. They were not dimes, Aaron.
Not all of them. Not all of them. Yeah, he had some dimes. He had some dimes on there.
Some
bro,
dimes.
Let's keep it a buck, my nigga. Let's keep it a buck, bro.
But you're dimes, bro.
He had dimes on there, and he had dimes on there.
I'm a tough critic. Maybe you give him a dime, but I'm giving them maybe 7. You can't give him 7. Maybe 6 to make up on. Yeah, see, this is where we're gonna have to differ, because your idea of a dime and mine are 2 different things. It looks like, because I didn't see no dimes.
I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Unless they were trolling.
All my beautiful black sisters is dimes. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know. Y'all already know how this guy going, man. He over here got nothing but hate for the sisters out here. Sisters, I love y'all. Y'all already know what time it is. AA Hep. I love y'all when y'all in y'all right mind. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all and I ride with y'all. Y'all all times to me. You know what I'm saying?
He just did it.
This brother over here, he perpetrated the fraud, man.
Yo, this dude set me up, man. That's crazy. It be your own people.
Yeah. That will happen, man. Don't cross me. Don't cross me.
It be your own people. You walked me right into that. That's crazy. Oh man, I'm gonna continue this video, man. I ain't got time.
Beautiful women who have been with questionable creatures.
Right, been with questionable creatures, maybe for a one-night stand or anything like that. But listen, women with options don't go after losers, sweetheart. And you and I both. I'm sorry, I'm talking to the other. Women with options don't date broke bum losers, not for long anyway. And if they do, it's temporary.
But of course,
stop.
Okay, let's let her.
Man, no, bro. If they don't do it, but if they do it, it's only temporary. Temporary creates babies. So then what, my man? So then what? Because then he'll be the same one. He'll be the same one with that mindset to be like, oh, she's off the table. Bro. She got a baby by a broke bum ass loser. She's off the table. Even though he just said it's temporary.
Remember who the audience is, man.
No, like, I get it, but
no. Remember, because this is the thing. They're speaking. This is for essentially. This is why I just think we're not on it, because obviously you have an idea about these people, and we're going off the statement he just made. If he's saying this, it's because, again, when we speak to guys, we want them to operate what happens in reality, right? So we're not saying, okay, go do what you think is gonna is the exception, right? So if a guy who's broke and ugly wants to date a dime, he should not go in with the expectation that, oh, I can bag this girl because I'm broke and ugly, but hey, look, I got a shot with this dime, as if that's going to be some norm. That's what he's trying to debunk for her. Yes, does it happen? Absolutely. Does it occur? Absolutely. That no one is disproving that. But to sit here and for guys that are broken, ugly, fat, and distasteful, for them to be now going and looking at this girl and she's talking about this as if it's happening all over the place. Now they're going to be walking in the clubs, which they shouldn't because they're broke, walking in the clubs thinking that they got a chance with these girls when they absolutely don't.
Well,
on a balance of probabilities.
Okay, well, on a balance of probabilities, I'll tell you what, man. The second dudes adapt that mindset, then they don't have a chance. But what I do know from experience is that women are attracted to confidence. Period. So you know what? I get what you're saying, and to a degree, I agree. But it's not cut and dry like that in life. So again, we're talking to brothers out here. Look, first of all, my advice to brothers: if you broke, you probably shouldn't be trying to get with any bitch. You should focus on yourself. That's number one. But I'm not going to sit here and say that. I'm not going to sit here and say that you can't go out and get the damn bitch. If you want to get her, hey, that's fine. But what are you going to do once you do it? What are you going to do if you get her knocked up? But he's not saying that.
Because they have a whole chip. This is a conversation in a nutshell, right? Remember, this is a snapshot. You don't watch their content.
I don't.
That's what I'm okay. So that's what I'm trying to. I watch their content. They advise men all the time. In this conversation, it's not going to happen because these women don't give a fuck about what men go through or what men want. But when we have to debunk their nonsense, we're going to just give it straight to their nonsense. If we're talking about broke ugly dudes should not be going into their strategy going, okay, well, I just should give up on life, like, because I'm broken ugly. And like, no, get your shit together, like you just said, and make sure that you have the best optimal chance to bag the girl that you want and retain her.
Yeah.
That's what they teach. That's what they teach. But we have to talk about the reality that if you're a broke, ugly dude, your chances, probabilities are not going to be high. You can try all you want, but are you going to be able to retain this girl if you're broke and ugly and fat?
Why you gotta add the fat?
Yeah, you got to. That's all it is, man. And this is all about self-improvement, man. So you got to, but you have to know the reality first. I'm not gonna walk into a bank and go, well, look, guys, I'm broke. I'm broke. I don't have a dollar to my name, but I'm telling you, if you just give me a chance to put some money in my account, you're gonna believe in me. And I'm gonna get you some money in this goddamn bank. You're gonna be able to siphon it through all the Chinese banks in the world. You're gonna be able to do what you want to do. They're gonna look at you like, Ninja, if you don't get the fuck out my goddamn boy, if you don't get the hell out this goddamn bank right now, you're wasting my goddamn time. They ain't gonna give you, because on the balance of probabilities, boy, you ain't got shit going on. You're just talking. You ain't got shit going on. But you have to understand the reality. So that's all. I think that's where we're going. It's definitely, like you said, it's a very nuanced conversation, but let's be real. Do you think she cares about the self-improvement aspect of what men need to do to make sure that they have the optimal chance to get the women that they desire? I'll answer it for you. Hell no, she don't give a fuck. It's because women do not care, on a balance of probabilities, about the plight of men. That's why when you see there was a video about men's rights activists, this woman literally had the audacity to counter him and say, well, I just think that there's men right activists because they're being petty and they're just doing because there's women's rights activists.
Mm-hmm.
This is what exists in America. This is why, for me, I watch the Manosphere content and I watch it with a grain of salt because, like you said, there are definitely those dudes that are team incel. Like they are literally just producing more incels. I'm with you. Like, and you hear it in their tone. You hear it with their mannerisms when they go on these vlogs and all that, how they talk to women. I'm with you. That will never be my game. You know what I'm saying? Putting down women, making them feel like shit. But I can't detract from the good that they're doing when they're saying, hey, look, man, get on your shit. Because it resembles little things that we talk about as far as get on your best A game, get your game together, get your money together, get your what's it called? Get your mind together, get your mind right, and stop and don't focus on women until you get all those things happen. And as a byproduct, and this is what Myron says all the time, as a byproduct, women will come. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you watch more of their content, yes, you're not going to like all of it. If anything, you're not going to like 40-50% of it, honestly, to be honest with you, because you're probably just not going to like his delivery because he literally sounds like, sometimes I'm just like, bruh, we get it. You got bullied. And he admits it all the time. I used to get bullied. It was great for me.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I've been saying that. I don't even watch the damn show and I knew the nigga was fucking bullied.
So
I still get bullied.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, but he owns that and says, like, yo, I was actually good for me. Bro, I'm not even gonna hate. Yo, if you got to this point,
no. At the end of the day,
okay. So hold on. So bullying can't be constructive for people.
Hold on, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying.
So then what? Why would you say no?
I'm talking about him as pertains to him.
But when I say bullying, when he says that bullying was good for him, you say no. What does that mean?
Because clearly it wasn't good for him. I've heard the way that he speaks. I've heard
Isn't that subjective?
Hold on, no. I've heard what he speaks about. You asked me a question. I've heard what he speaks about. So no, maybe bullying actually helped him change his mind and direction on where his life was going as it pertained to the dynamic that exists with him and women. Yes. So that way he could be in greater times the beneficiary, right? Of those relationships. But at the end of the day, if you don't understand the true beauty in women and understand the character of women and what they're going to do and how you need to operate with them and around them, if you think it's just like hey, I'm the asshole type and that not even the type, I have to be an asshole because that is yada yada yada. It's no. So yeah, he could live that lifestyle and he could be 40, 50 and all that stuff and single. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that a lot of these brothers don't take away. When Kevin Samuels used to say, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, you're gonna die alone. You're gonna die alone." A lot of these fucking whatever red pill, all that shit. A lot of them is gonna die alone too because they miss the point. The point isn't to sit here and say, "Hey, oh, you're a woman and you're this and you're a piece of shit. You're beneath me." No. Women are supposed to be the helpmeet to man. All right, they're supposed to be honored and respected, especially the woman that you choose, right? Yeah. So no, there's no hey, this constant condescending tone. None of that. At the end of the day, if you're a man of value and of moral, you understand what to expect from the people that you're interacting with. If I walk into a goddamn kids party, I'm expecting maybe a balloon to be bounced off my fucking head or something to be thrown at me, right? Right. Again, so if I walk into a house with a whole bunch of women, I'm expecting them to be gossiping about some bullshit, and 9 times out of 10, whatever they're talking about, I don't have no patience for or want no parts of, right? But yet I invite them on my channel all the time and then try to put them down. You can have a conversation and point out things without putting them down. Kevin Samuels did a great job at that. He's the only person in that whole realm that actually understood how to do it. And that's why they actually respected him. These, not even so much these guys, Fresh and Fit and a lot of the other Manosphere dudes that I've seen, no. And I just made a video 3 weeks ago on my channel because brothers always in my comments saying, "Oh, you in the Manosphere?" Hell the fuck no, I am not. Because first of all, the Manosphere is a team. I don't do that team bullshit unless it's team Jesus Christ or Team the Most High. I'm not for the team. I'm not Team Democrat, not Team Republican. I'm not Team Conservative, not Team. No, I'm not. No, I'm not Team Manosphere. No. I understand how things work, or I should say how they are supposed to work in this life that we're living. That's it.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I think it's when we get down to the crux of it all, right? Because those points you made, are there people in the manosphere that talk like that, right? Where they're demeaning and absolutely look at women as scum of the earth? Absolutely. But when you focus on Myron says that never. So, and I watch his content, like all of their content. So the condescending tone, I will give you. Like when they say things about women being men and women are different, right? He always has to bring in, like, he'll make the notion like, oh, there's things that men are better at and there's things that women are better at. We're better together than we are apart. He says this ad nauseum. But then I get the other part where he'll be like, yeah, because you guys are just physically inferior to men. It's a fact, but it's not necessary. Like it's not needed.
Well, ask the question: why is that what his trope? Why does he go to that then? Because if he truly understood,
we both understand the type of guy, right, that talks like that. Like,
so the bullying didn't help him. It might have helped him with his sexual output or whatever you want to call it. He might have been
his financial outcome and his financial outcome, his physical outcome. He's in shape.
Okay, but listen, the Bible says what does it gain? What gain is for a man to get the whole world but lose himself? So he can have all of that shit.
I'm pretty sure you said happiness was subjective at the top of the hour.
Yeah, but I did. Well, hold on. Happiness as a person talking about it is subjective. A drug addict will tell you they're happy.
Okay, and if a guy that says that bullying was good for him, am I saying that? So you're saying that he's happy all 24/7, like he doesn't have any feelings of emptiness? Nobody's not saying that.
The point. If you're gonna gauge this man off of like, oh well, hey, this and that and the third, but you can see, like, I can see his interaction with women. There's only men and women on this goddamn planet, and his interaction with the other half, roughly, quotes, because these numbers could be skewed, right? His interaction with the other half is not healthy. Not healthy. I think it'd be very interesting to see him impregnate a woman and see how the fuck that's going to go, just based off how he interacts with women on his goddamn show. So, what kind of information?
Do you see all the interactions that he has on the show?
No, first and foremost, Mike. I do not.
So what? That's irresponsible to make the comment that the conversations he has with women are not healthy. Just because he kicks out a couple bimbos.
I'm not even mad about kicking people out. Look.
No, I'm just saying because you're talking about how he talks to women.
It's not even so much how, like, the inflections in his voice. I'm not talking about so much. I'm talking about when you are having a conversation with a woman that you invited onto your show.
He didn't invite. They have a team, bro. What do you? They're at 1 million plus.
He signed off on him to come on the show.
No, he didn't sign up, bro.
No one said
they have a team, man.
No one said that he's not okay with it.
What, bro? Unless they have made derogatory comments about Fresh Fit beforehand and have made public statements denouncing anything or trying to obviously look like troll jobs. No, if they're not, they're just These are girls that hit up Aaron Pogson, who's the producer that sits in the back, and then they hit him up and he goes, okay, you got some questions. They come on, he walks them through what you can and can't do, and they go from there. Myron comes on, he usually comes on after the gym, because he works out later on at night. Fresh comes on later on in the evening. They both sit down. He meets those girls that night, unless they're regulars. Then if they're regulars, then obviously he's accustomed to them, knows who they are. They probably exchange social media, social medias at that point. But for the most part, the girls that are new, he's meeting for them for the first time.
I'm not sure. Look, first of all, I'm skeptical on that. Second of all, that doesn't help the situation because if he's just meeting those people right then and there, and you could speak to people like that, you know what I'm saying, that you don't even know, I think that's a little bit out there, especially
absolutely. Nobody's saying it's optimal
since you greenlit them to come on the show. But I digress. I digress. What I'm saying is, and I don't have to watch every episode of Fresh and Fit to understand that him being bullied ultimately, in the long run, did not help him as it pertains to having a healthy relationship with women. Because unless on his show, all of it is for show, which is possible. That's totally possible. If all that's for show, he gets off and he's like, oh, hey, baby, you know what I'm saying? And just a whole different tone, a whole different everything, right? Hey, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's none of my business. But if he's 100, then no, I can tell you right now, it did not benefit him. He may think so now because he's living in Miami, he's going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? He could sleep with whoever he wants, basically, whoever he wants. But again, what happens when he winds up single, dies alone, huh?
But what if that's what he wants?
Then that's fine.
So then what are we talking about here?
But then who is he talking to on his channel?
But he's not advising guys to be just like him.
I haven't watched every episode of Fresh and Fit. I've watched several episodes of Fresh and Fit. I've not once heard him sit there and say, hey, hey guys, like hey, be like me, but settle down. I've never once heard him condone settling down. I've only ever heard him speak against it and saying, these are the women that we have out here, which is hyperbolic. And I get it if he's just saying like, hey, be aware of this nonsense. But I've never heard him say at the end, like, hey, but you know, if you're going to do it, obviously vet them because you could wind up with these crazy bitches that are next to me, which obviously will be great for his channel because he has it. And I've never seen that. Have you? You watched, you said every episode. Have you seen that to be the case?
In all of his conversation, well, first I'll give you the yes or no. Yes. Is he saying it the way that you're saying it? No, he's not delivering it like that.
Okay.
He's not putting it up like that, right? Because nobody in that space talks like that, which may be a problem. It may be the delivery of these men may just be a overriding issue, right? It may come off however input expletive here or there. Their main goal, look, if you're first off, focus on yourself.
Is this the main goal of Fresh and Fit or the Manosphere that you're talking about?
Well, I'm talking. I don't watch everybody in the Manosphere, so I watch Fresh and Fit. So I can only speak to them.
Are they in the Manosphere? Like, did they say that? I've never heard them say that.
What?
That they're
shit together?
No, that they're in the Manosphere.
Yeah, they are well within the Manosphere. And
All
if
right.
they don't, everybody puts them in there. So. You know what I'm saying? It's they go. I think he goes to like center. I think Myron went to, because I watch Fresh's vlogs because he be having some good looking hoes on there. But that's neither here nor there.
We're live, man.
Yeah, my bad. No, I'm not saying that. You know, look, bro, I ain't gonna be hitting them up. So hey, that's neither here nor there. So damn, this is crazy. You set me up, man. That's crazy. No,
you said it.
No, man, you set me up. No, but no, the end goal is, look, focus on yourself, get your shit together, make sure that you get all phases of your life together. Your fitness, your money, your fitness, your finances, and your game, right? So that way you're able to, you know what I mean? You're able to take a round robin of things. So that way when a girl goes to you, it's not like, okay, I'm just with them because of finances. Okay, no, she's not saying it out loud, but you women, you can tell by their actions, right? And how they engage you, how they talk to you, what they say to you. There's little things they'll do that will let you know where you stand in their round robin of priorities when it comes to men. Because like we always say, women have a ton of options nowadays. Mm-hmm. So if you want to be the best option for a woman, you have to get those three things covered at least, right? So this is what they say. Focus on that. And as a byproduct, women will come. Now, when it comes to settling down, do they advocate openly for marriage the way that it's presently constructed in the United States? No, because the marriage laws, as they talk about, the marriage laws in their eyes, and from what they've seen, have not caught up to the new atmosphere that exists in 2022. So they say that if you're going to get married, absolutely get married But right, obviously, just make sure that you're doing it not from a place of desperation, but from a place of saying, okay, I want to have children with this woman. I want to be able to see a future with this woman, and I want to be able to do this. Okay, but just make sure you're doing it with everything in tow, so that way you don't end up becoming one of these statistics out here where you get fucked over, and then a lot of the guys that come on and talk to them about on their show are guys that were about to delete themselves because they went through a terrible divorce.
Yeah.
So they're trying to help them get away from, at least not get to that point where they're now thinking about the offside of marriage. So it's just giving them hey, look, this is what happens. You live your life that makes sense for you, and that makes you a good member of society. But at the same token, understand that this is the reality of what comes along with women. Operate as you want. You could either be a smooth boy, kill him, or you could be a little bit more of an asshole. Whatever works for you. Mm-hmm. And that's it. In a nutshell. Obviously, there's more conversations where they have different, nuances and whatnot, but that is essentially their message holistically when they're giving advice for men. So that's why I can watch them from a sense of saying, hey, y'all don't got all the answers. If anything, you're repeating a lot, like you said, like we've talked about this months ago. It's not like they're saying anything new.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like and a lot of the guys are young guys. So for them, yes, this is going to seem like something new. But for guys like me and you who have already been through the round robin, we're not looking at this going, Nostradamus. You know what I'm saying? You're enlightening me. Mm-hmm. No, if anything, it's just like, okay, you're saying or giving maybe some not tropes. You're giving analogies that I may not have used before. Mm-hmm. I already knew this existed. I already knew this happened, but maybe the way you're saying it, the different way you're dressing it up to draw a better picture. Okay, maybe that helps me explain it for when I'm giving advice to guys, because I already know that this is how it is, but I wanted to give a nice concrete example that can hit it home for them and help them understand what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. For guys like us, that's where I see a little bit of value in Fresh Fit. As far as the entertainment aspect, like, am I going to get smarter watching this? No. I don't watch it because I intend to get smarter.
Yeah.
Right? Just like I wouldn't watch a guy if they say, which they do have, they have a lot of real estate advice on their Money Mondays and all that. Like, I don't watch it because they're not experts. Yeah, they do dabble in this stuff, and this is how they make their money alongside the podcast. But like, if I want to watch something on real estate, I'll watch Grant Cardone. I'll watch, you know what I mean? Like, that's their niche. Like, the entertainment shit where they're talking this way to women, that's their niche. But we've gone so far off this. We're an hour in. And I think that I think we can look at the conversation as a whole and go, you know what we're discussing, women are just never going to understand the plight of men. Even the things me and my co-hosts were debating on and going back and forth on, the conversations that we're having, right? Mm-hmm. Whether he's right or I'm wrong, he's wrong. These are the mere fact that we have to even broach this, right? That we have to even, tackle the fact that, that broken, ugly men, right? Yeah. Have to go through these channels, right, where they're listening to maybe a guy like Myron or like, it's gotten to this point, right, where they have to look at these people as, as modicums of examples, right? This is the state of the union, right? So when we have these conversations about, unconditional love, this or whether or not marriage is for everybody, because we've done episodes like that, I think if a lot more people exercise their lives living in reality and understanding the hard-hitting truths about what it is that's going on in society as a whole, I think that a lot of these conversations, that when we have them with people you see like on the panel and the like, we would stop operating from such a sense of, well, I know a couple, I know this happens in Bangladesh, but it's like, who cares if you know somebody in Bangladesh that thinks unconditional love exists? Is it a fact or not? Does unconditional love exist or no? It's a yes or no question. And if you're answering no, you're answering yes, then I already know that you're living in a Disney fairy tale. You're not operating in reality. Unconditional love does not exist within the confines of a relationship. There is no room for it. Everybody has to improve. There are burdens of performance that exist on men and women. And if you don't believe in that and you think that everybody should just be loved just because of the fact that I say I love you, well, then guess what? You're getting ready to hit some real hard pause. You're getting ready to hit some, I'm going to change that around. You're getting ready to hit some very uncomfortable realities in your dating life because people are going to continually let you down because you're expecting them, right? You're going in there thinking, oh, well, my love for them could be unconditional. And then when they cheat on you, you're like, how dare he? How could he? How could he do this? And then you leave, thereby saying you have conditions. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, yeah, actually, I mean, from that, yeah, I guess that's the easiest way to like debunk it. You know, if anyone's gonna say, you know, I'm capable of unconditional love, because I'm sure women would likely say that, right? In a vacuum, and then you say, okay, so if you're married, you got, you know, a kid, you've been together what, 2-3 years, yada yada. You found out he cheated on you. Not as cheating on you, you found out he cheated on you. Would you stay with him? No. Well, obviously, like that's conditional. But then again, you know, I'm sure they might spin it, well, like, you know, he broke the marriage tie or whatever. Or, you know, he might trust in whatever. And hey, and there's credence to that. There's definitely credence to that. So maybe, you know, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate, because I agree. First and foremost, the way it's set up nowadays, there's no such thing as unconditional love. You're not going to find that. Everything's condition based. The way you meet is condition based. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how is there going to be unconditional love under that? But again, just to like entertain it for the sake of this goddamn video. All right. Well, if trust is broken, you know, like as a man, if a woman breaks your trust, like for me. Not even just a woman. If anyone breaks my trust, it's like that's dead Z right there, dead zone. You know what I'm saying? Like that, it's a wrap. You know, you just cut. And it's not about like unconditional. You know, like anything. If one of like I got 2 brothers. If one of my brothers is like, you know, did my trust dirty, hey, you know what I'm saying? You're still my brother, but like that's that. You know, I can't fuck with you. And I have unconditional love for my brother. If anything happened, you know what I'm saying, like happened. You know, I'd be there, especially, you know, for their kids and all that stuff. But like, so again, I'm making it more nuanced than I guess what it's supposed to be. You're talking about in a dating sphere. Nah, it's not. And I'm married. I'm married. Like if I found out my wife was doing some shady shit or whatever, like no, what the fuck do I look like? First of all, it don't have to be unconditional, because you know what? Going into it, you should be setting your conditions. You know what I'm saying? You should be setting your conditions. Like, thank you. Because if one day my wife's gonna come on the show, just so y'all can know I'm just not bullshitting. Like,
imagine, people are like, he keeps saying he married. I don't believe him, man. He's too much
for real. Because I'm telling you, because I know there's a lot of them out there like, man, I wish I would see his wife, whatever. Yeah, no. One day I'm gonna bring on a show after she has the next baby and whatever. That way y'all can see, and it's not even like some like whoosh, any of that stuff. It's more or less. It's not new. It's nothing crazy, because we went into it already with the conditions. So it's not unconditional. It is conditioned under these conditions. Like my goal said pretty much at the top. It's about respect first and foremost. You got to respect the male principle. That's a must. Because you can't be with me if you're not going to respect the male principle. If you can't respect that, then by extension you can't respect me. And then, you know, piece of mind, piece of ass, piece of steak. Keep it simple. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah, no, I mean, even up, and thank you for dropping those gems. Even with the point you made as far as what's that thing called? As far as it happened, like you breaking a marriage pact. I mean, that's a condition, right?
Yeah.
Like that's still a condition. So it's like any way you dress it up, you can make it seem like. And I'm not saying you, but I'm saying any way you can draw it up. There's a condition, right?
Yeah.
And I think the thing is like the difference between men and women is like we go into it understanding that your love for us is not going to be unconditional.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like we don't walk into it going like it's some fairy tale, like, oh, I don't need to, there's no burden of performance on me to be the best person that I can be every day in order to ensure that you still, like we said, have that respect, love, and admiration.
Yeah.
Because you can't admire somebody who's not ambitious, not on his game, not on his purpose. You can't love somebody because you don't respect the fact that he's not on his ambition, his purpose, on his path. Right? Like we understand all these things going in, and this is why we make it a point, and this is why from a young age, men are literally bogged down with burden of, look, you've got to be this, you've got to, and I think that is such a lost, a lost microcosm in our society about the growth of the male as a whole, whether you be black, white, Puerto Rican, whatever, is that we're not raising a lot of these young boys to understand that you have to improve every day. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you must be the best at what you're doing every day, because you'll never get the finances, the options, the whatever that you're looking for. You'll never get any of that if you're not the best version of yourself. And this is not just limited to our viewers. This is to me and my co-host. This is something we instill in ourselves every day and hold ourselves accountable so that way when we have these tough conversations with mentors, with people that were, if whether it be a religious figure or, with someone that we take, advice from, we have those tough conversations about where we're at in our lives. Because if you don't have that accountability going on a consistent basis, you're not holding yourself accountable, right? Because no matter what you believe in, if you don't hold yourself accountable to what exactly you deserve or what that you can get the squeeze out of life that you need, you're just going to be sitting around complaining and bitching and moaning like these incel guys are, blaming everything on the man or blaming everything on women. And it's going to just put you in a vigorous cycle of despair and celibacy involuntarily. Because women are social creatures. They know when a dude is not right in the cabeza to a degree.
Yeah. For the most
like outright. Yeah, outright. Like obviously, if you don't look good and you don't have good game and you're not right in the head, women are going to be able to sniff that out. So you are definitely not getting a response back. If anything, you're going to be saying hi to yourself in your DMs. This is why a lot of you guys that are out here fishing for these dimes, knowing full well that you ain't got shit going on, you don't know how to speak to women, you don't know how to, you've never even, you don't understand even what's going on with your life goal wise, right? You don't sit down with people that are like-minded. You're sitting in an empty hole of shit where you just demean and talk about women as if they're second-class citizens, and you expect that that's going to rub off into a productive conversation.
When did this become like the assault on incels?
Bro, I have no room for them, man. I have no room for them.
Neither do I, but I mean,
fuck
my
them.
man just started going in right now.
That, man. Fuck them, man. No, fuck them, right?
You know Jordan Peterson was crying about them, man. You know that.
Yeah, fuck Jordan Peterson too, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't give a fuck about them. No, because you know what it is? It's like it's one thing for us to understand the plight of man, right? And I understand it. I'm a man. But when you are literally doing nothing, and I mean nothing, to change your surroundings, change what improve your circumstances, but then you want to complain. You want to complain about this. You want to not just complain. You want to denounce, as if to say that they don't deserve your presence. That's what a lot of these they act as though that women the world would be better if women were not around. What the fuck? What the fuck? I have no room. I have no sympathy for incels. I do not. Here at the Moss Media Podcast, we poo on incels. I have no love for incels. If you are a proclaimed incel, please come in the comments. Talk to me about why you are an incel. right? Because most of y'all are proud to be incels, which is just beyond me. But if you want to have this conversation, please, we hold all people accountable, men and women. And especially y'all men. Especially y'all men. Oh, yeah, because I can't even call y'all men because y'all be out here doing the bullshit. The bullshit. I don't care, bro. Like, because I don't have it. I just don't have it. I don't see how you could live. And I'm not saying that you should be walking around going mother goddess and pedestalize women, all this and that. No, because we don't do that here. But to, like, for instance, like if I see a beautiful woman, an incel will look at her and go, ugh, nah, she's a 2. She's a 2. Nah, she's not even pretty, bro. She's a fucking 2, man. Like, she wouldn't even be worthy of this dick. Like, she's a fucking 2, bro.
And I'd be like,
yeah, bro. I'm like,
well, I can't go out with you no more.
Yeah, I'm like, first off, lower your voice because I'm not trying to have nobody listening to your nonsense right now. And I'm looking at everybody that's, first of all, I'm like, how'd you get in here? Because I don't know any incels. So like, so if I'm even in a room with an incel, and it's like you could sniff it on it. I'm sure you could sniff it because I've never been around him. So I'm sure if you could sniff the incel out. Like as soon as he makes you bring a nice looking girl around, it's like everybody else will be like, it's like, yo, man, she bad, man. She's a good looking girl, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Make sure she's a good girl. He's just gonna be like, yeah, she's probably a whore. Yeah, she's probably a slut, man. Fucking slut bag. She's not even worthy, bro. Like, I don't just being by herself, bro.
I don't know any incels either, but I did a 3-part series maybe about like a year ago on my YouTube channel, and it was about MGTOW.
Yes.
And then the MGTOW dudes were all up in the comments, holding hands and trying to cancel me and shit. And then by extension, the incels started coming in because I wasn't even really talking about the incels or even fucking with them. I knew about them, but like they were a friend. I felt like, come on, like really. So then, based off their comments, the incels,
bro,
I did a video on the motherfuckers, and I basically was like, look, you know, the same thing my co-host just said, even though I think he's took it to a whole other level.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
But
I'm going to fuck. Let me get the camera in my face.
I said it then, and I'll say it now.
I don't give a fuck.
There are paraplegics out here getting pussy play, man. Paraplegics. There's fucking quadriplegics.
There's blind people getting ass out here.
Blind people, deaf people, midgets.
Oh,
come on!
There's a whole network for them motherfuckers.
There's blind and deaf people. They call them deaf and dumb, but not anymore because it's not PC. But deaf, as my co-host made very clear, I have no sympathy for that shit. Like it's a you problem, bro. It's a you problem. It's not a them problem, and that's their issue. And that's the issue that the quote unquote black community has at large. It's not them, it's you. It's not the white man, it's you. Don't get me wrong. The white man is doing a whole bunch of bullshit, but he's been doing the same bullshit. How many times are you gonna fall for the same crossover before you say, "Let me sit in a chair and wait for that shit to come over"? Like, you just gonna keep, breaking their ankles every time. Like, oh shit! Like no, come on. It's the same move.
It's the floor.
Exactly. So I have no sympathy for my quote unquote people. The ones that are stuck in that, saying all the white men keeping me down and all this shit. The same like the incels, women keeping me out of their pussies and shit. Nigga, I will keep you out too, you psychopath. You crazy. I don't want you nowhere around me.
Oh shit.
Oh, that ass, man. And again, I'm just end with this. I got no sympathy for them niggas, man. At all. I agree with you 100% on that part. You went ham. But I meet you all the way, but I have no sympathy.
Yo, did I just become a white knight?
Yeah, man.
Oh fuck.
Yo, I'm about to set up your 4chan login, so you can log into 4chan with all the other white supremacists, and you could.
Yo, I became a white knight.
Yo, you ever went on 4chan, bro?
I'm a champion for feminists now. No, man, I've never been on. What the heck is that?
You ever heard? Oh, 4chan is like a forum site, but it's mainly like it's 90% like white supremacist stuff. It's crazy. I just go to see what they be talking about, and I didn't even like look. I don't care, yo, about the whole Twitter shit. Like, oh, now I can say nigger. Like, yo, all these people getting so upset about that shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck because a lot of them niggas won't even say that shit to my face. You know what I'm saying? And even if they did, like, I really don't care enough. You know what I'm saying? Unless you come in kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I keep that thing on me. You know what I'm saying? I keep that thing on me.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I got that other thing too, just in case they a little bit further away. You know what I'm saying? Nah, because I know they probably got it. So hey, shit, I got mine. Yeah. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? Most of them niggas on Twitter, like LeBron James, like, oh, Elon Musk needs to, really look into this because
we doing an episode, man. We doing an episode on black media. No. See, you know what? I dropped the ball on this. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about all of that. We're gonna talk about LeBron. We're gonna talk about the Stephen A's. We're gonna talk about all the sellouts. I'm sorry, all the uncle. Yeah, I'm calling them the Uncle Toms. Shannon, I love Shannon so much. Shannon, and now he's even having to not backtrack, but he's now having to say little things about the Kyrie. Oh, it's gone too far now. Nah, Ninja, you did it. You did it. You gave them the fuel in their jetpack to be able to start talking the craziness that they're talking about, Kyrie. Yeah, it's you. It's you. You empower these guys to talk the stupid shit that they're talking. So I wanted that. Yeah, I'm gonna write this down. We're gonna do an episode. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, we got 2 episodes out of this. We got blacks. Sorry, I'm black. So imagine, we got black when black media turns on. Because I did an episode on the Kyrie and I changed the title in there. But we could talk about how when black media turns on their own, and then because I definitely have some shit that I want to. Oh Lord. Woo! And then yeah, we could talk about incels because I want to do one on MG Tao and all that weird ass community.
Oh, the MGTOWs? Oh man.
Yeah, I want to do that. I want to do something on that. Yeah, because they
fuck them niggas, man. I already did.
I got some energy for them, man. Yeah, I got some energy for them, man, because they some whole.
I don't. They're the same to me. That's my issue with the whole manosphere shit because they part of that. They are literally part of that. That's that whole team shit. That's why I don't do the team bullshit.
No, I get where you're coming. No, but see, my thing is I don't not understand where your concern with that type of community comes from because that's the same. What's it called? The same criticism that when they go on other public forums, they have that, and I actually have the right mind because you know how I am. Like I'm able to see different perspectives, and what I'm able to see is that look. Yeah, you're giving these truths, but when you bring out with the fervor you're bringing, there's a ton of 21-year-old, religious circle jerkers that are out there not getting no play, not going, and they're looking for a reason. Like they even said they're looking for a reason to swing on a woman.
Yeah,
and all they need is some conversation where they say it's that we say that is nuanced. They go, no, it's black and white to me, and I'm about to, hey, yeah, compliments are fresh and fit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you fucking whore. Yeah, that's all they need. You know what I'm saying? To be able to just take that shot or take that swing. Like, so I'm with you. I'm not sitting here saying that they're angels, that this they are not without recourse, or that they're not without they're not, they're above reproach. I'm not saying that at all. I definitely do think there's aspects of their community they can certainly improve. But the overall message is if you're telling me the overall message, is for men to do better and for men to get their plight out, you know what I'm saying? Because for so many years, when anybody says anything about the misgivings, the high suicide rate, the immense burden on performance on men, right? The unfair, divorce practices, the unfair child, family law practices, when you bring all this stuff up, it's poo-pooed and quieted. So now there's a space to have those conversations. Now it's a job of people like myself and you to simply say, hey guys, hey, look, there's nuggets in here, but be careful about who you're taking these nuggets from. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. I don't have any issues. So when you say about, let's take a deep layer look at the person that's giving the message, because I think I've heard this conversation before about how it's like, oh no, you can't remove the person. You have to remove the person from the message. It's like no. You got to be careful. You got to be careful of that, because if they're a piece of shit and they're giving a message, it's like, okay, their message may be true, but that ninja's still a piece of shit.
You know what, Mike? It's crazy that you just brought that up, because today, while I was at work, I was thinking about, I'm always thinking about stuff, right? And I came up with an idea for a new series, or at least at the very least a video that I'm going to do for my channel. And it was basically about the messenger, like how you just said.
Ooh.
Because it's popular belief that, and not so much popular belief, but what happens is, and I've seen this time and time again, that you'll have somebody and they'll say a whole lot of great things. It's like, that's great. This guy's on point. Yes, 100%, 100%. And then come to find out anything about this person that's like negative, or like, oh, did you know that he did this, or he did that, or he was caught up in this, or anything. It could be anything. And then, all of that shit he said goes out the window. And I think that I see that. Well, not I think I see it most often. Well, obviously, I'm quote unquote black, so I see it most often, amongst quote unquote black people. And I think that we do ourselves a disservice by doing that, because you got to be able to pick the fruit from the tree. You know what I mean? Because for instance, and as I'm at work and I'm thinking about this, I'm going deeper and deeper. And then what came to my mind was the movie Love and Basketball. Now, Q's father, what's his name, Q? Or Q was the father.
Oh,
I forget. I think Q was the son that was dating Sanaa Lathan, and the father was like Zeke or something like that. I think his dad's name.
Yeah. His dad's name was Zeke. Yep.
Yeah. So Q, was like the he was like, my father's in the NBA. I'm gonna grow up and do all this other stuff. And his father was, a father in his life for the most part, as you could expect an NBA player to be.
Yeah.
And he was like, letting him know, like how the world works and stuff like that. And then what happened when Q? Spoiler alert. I'm talking about the movie Love and Basketball. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a great movie. I think it's on Netflix right now as we speak. Starring Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan. Sanaa Lathan looking so damn fine. But anyway. Ricky Tikki Tavi. No, but anyway. So long story short, Q finds out that his father is cheating on his mother. His father's name is Zeke. Zeke told Q, like, hey, I know you found out about all the stuff that's going on between me and yada yada. That's unfortunate, but everything I said to you is true, and I mean it. You should not go to the pros. You're not ready yet, son. I'm saying you could really mess up your future. Don't let your hatred for me and my decisions mess up your life. So what Q did was he couldn't just pick the fruit from the tree. He had to take the whole damn tree, and it ultimately, it's a movie, so it ended happily. But ultimately, his dreams and everything went down with that.
Yep.
And that happens in life. I see it all the time.
Oh.
We have to be able to say, hey, that motherfucker said some. He was caught up in some other shit, but that doesn't mean that everything else that he said wasn't, didn't have credence to it. And I don't think that we should be worried about how we're going to be looked at. Mainly just be looked at, because I think that's what it comes down to. Well, I can't do with nothing that motherfucker said because he was doing this. You heard what he was doing or whatever? No, well, hey, that doesn't mean that shit wasn't true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to start a whole series on that, because I think that is way more prevalent than we hear about or see about.
Oh yeah. There's a ton of idealization that goes on. No,
there we go. There we go.
Yeah. And I think
that's where it comes to.
Yeah,
that's where it comes to.
And I think the thing is that is like when people are like, oh no, you got to be like this person, and then obviously when and I think that's what the setup is, right? It's like, oh, it's like you got to be like, let's for instance, we'll use Dr. Umar. You got to be like him, like him. You know what I'm saying? His message got some points. I'm not saying that at all. But some people be like, oh, okay, there's truth to his message. There's truth there. And be like him because he's a, astounding black, he loves black love and all this other. And then you learn that he's got some misdeeds, some misgivings in his life.
Scamming with the damn school.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what the fuck? If we would have just taken a step back and just been like, all right, let's look at just the things of his message and separate the message from the person, then we would have not gotten ourselves to a point where now we're looking at trying to do a witch hunt and trying to lynch this man, basically, for lack of a better term. So, and that's what I'm saying. I think that comes back into a lot of the people that are being targeted today. So I think that'd be a great series for sure.
Yeah, man.
Great series for sure.
Yeah.
Because it happens all day long.
Oh yeah, and it's sad. It's sad, because it's like a reset every time. It's like, oh, hey, we got all this information.
Yep.
Oh, now we got to throw it all away.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I think
because it was cheating on his wife. It's like,
yeah, exactly.
What did anything in his message have to do with cheating on his wife?
Oh, well, because he was cheating on the Black Queen, you know what I'm saying? Now, he was lying about that. So what else was he lying about? Oh man, well, use your brain, bro.
Bro, the person will cite sources, they'll cite all this stuff, and then they'll be like, oh no, but he cheated on his wife, so he's lying about his scholastic resources. He's lying about a resource, a Boston University study, a fucking Northeastern study from 2014. He's lying about that. So did it happen or did it not? Oh no, it happened, but I don't know. You can't trust what he says because he's he's doing this on the side. It's like,
yeah, exactly. That's what you'll hear. That's what you'll hear, and it's like,
I just look at them. I just go, damn, thank God I'm Nigerian, man. That's all. I
was having a conversation with one of my old bandmates today, and he was saying how he was working with this new group, and they wanted to play an Elvis Presley song or two Elvis Presley songs, and he was telling me basically how he was outraged over it, and I'm like, what do you mean? Because I know he don't like playing quote unquote white music, but I was like, well, why are you outraged about this, right? And he was like, yeah, Elvis, didn't he marry his 14-year-old cousin or whatever and have a baby by her? And I said, look. First and foremost, if that's going to be the litmus, then there's a whole bunch of quote unquote black people you got to put in that too. So let's not be selective. And at the end of the day, I'm not here to condone any of that stuff that Elvis did, but that doesn't mean that the music is any worse.
Yeah,
because of that, and not for nothing. I told him, I said, hey, Elvis stole the blues, so all of his music is our music anyway. So in a roundabout way, it's like, why are we even having this discussion?
Look, man, if he's still listening, I Believe I Can Fly, then
I believe I can fly.
I don't want to share. I don't know who this bandmate is in particular, but if he's still cracking that before any game or whatever he's doing, I don't want to hear shit from him. You know what I'm saying? If he's still playing, Come to My Hotel, then
if you want to come to my hotel,
yeah, I don't want to hear shit.
Leave my room.
That's another thing we can touch base on is the inconsistency that exists within this community, man. Man, that's just. But now, you know what?
It's that time.
I don't want to run this past. We've gone past the hour and a half mark.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming out to another amazing episode with your boys here at Moss Media Podcast. We thank you. If you guys want to follow us for more, tune in to our podcast on Spotify, on Anchor Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you go and listen to podcasts.
We everywhere.
We are there. Okay, we are on Instagram. We're going to be revamping our Instagram soon, so make sure that it's a lot more inviting for the masses. So you can, but if in the meantime you want to, you can go to MAS_media 615. I believe that is our Instagram page. And if you want to follow us for our separate channels where we have, which are all still under the Moss Media scope, you can follow me at Q Fusion Reacts. It is the letter Q. Okay, I saw some weird sites My co-hosts let me know that there's some other Q Fusions out there, but there's really only one Q Fusion Reacts. So follow me at the letter Q Fusion, Fusion Reacts, for your reactions to the most up-to-date, controversial / hilarious topics that exist on the YouTube space today. I'll let my co-host plug his channel.
Y'all already know what's good. It's your boy Double A Hef. The YouTube channel is, as you see it in the bottom left corner on my screen. I want to give a quick shout out to all my fans, subscribers, everyone that showed me love. My YouTube channel just got to 300 subscribers last night. That's a big goal, big accomplishment. You know, those of you that are on my channel know I'm trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. It can start today. If you have not liked this video right here, click the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting on? Let us know in the comments below whether you're rocking with us or you're not. That's how we're gonna. That's the only way we can course correct, y'all. It's about discourse. It's not about that whole team dynamic, that whole team dichotomy or duality, I should say. No, we have to be above that. We have to transcend that. It's about what you can articulately get across, and that that can be met. Now, I have no issue with anyone that thinks differently from me. That's fine. I embrace it. If anything, I highly dislike people that think exactly like me, because then I have to question whether it's real or not. You know what I mean? And those could be the fanboys, and fanboys wind up. Look, fanboys. And this is why you should never be a fan. Fans turn into your number one haters. You're gonna do something one day, say something one day, and mind you, they would have been rocking me the whole time, all up in the comments. Yeah, liking all your stuff, subscribing, and that's great. But when you overdo it and you become a fan, when I say something that you don't like or that you didn't expect, then you're gonna flip the switch, and now you're gonna be a hater. You're gonna be my biggest hater, and that's fine. That's fine, because there's always gonna be haters. But don't be a hater, y'all. Smash that like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Go to Q Fusion Reacts right now. I just checked my boy Shadow out. I don't know what y'all doing. Y'all need to hit it up. Get his views up.
I'm trying to get the girls out here like this. That's the things that that I'm thinking about when I'm putting this content out for y'all. Okay, with no sleep, team no sleep. All right, so yeah, that's what we do. We watching all the hentai, getting this all out. Your boys here at Monster Media have done a wonderful deed for y'all. If it doesn't hurt you too much, like we said before, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm only gonna tell you one more again. But thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys. You guys are the ones that make this all the more worth it. We look forward to our next episode where we're going to drop some more love and some more fire for you in these streets. All right. So without further ado, peace.
Are you sure about that?